Hello, I'm Matt Butler with Eastern Engineering, and when you get your new printer, I will show you some basic instructions that will help you. Today what I'm showing you on this XL4000 will work for all the other models of PageWide printers. When you purchase the new PageWide printer, Eastern Engineering will deliver it, set it up for you, and also help you with installing all the print drivers and software that come with your new printer. I will start off by showing you how to load paper, inks, print heads, and also how to access the doors to remove paper jams. When you go to load paper, you will want to go to the paper menu and tell the printer that you're going to load paper. To do that, you swipe to the left of the screen and you'll see a paper menu icon. When you press that, you will get an option to hit load paper. And at that point you would open the drawer and it walks you through the whole process. Now I will show you how to load paper into the printer. You will pull open the paper drawer on the front. There's a handle right in the center. And you will see two spindles with blue handles on them. What you would do first is raise up the blue handles and then push the two spindles apart towards the sides. Then you will grab your paper roll and just rest the paper into the paper drawer, like so. And then you grab the outside of the two spindles and squeeze those together. That will raise up and grab the paper. And then you fold down the two locking blue handles. Now what you do is you take the edge of the paper and feed that underneath the metal plate in the front. There's a purple arrow that indicates where to feed the paper. So you feed that up underneath this plate and it will automatically grab the paper. Now if you want to trim the paper, there are buttons on the right side of the paper drawer that you can press to trim rolls 1 and 2. So if you press the button, it will trim the paper. If you hold the button down, it will continue to feed the paper. And at this point, you just push the drawer closed. I will show you also how to load roll 2. It's the same process as roll 1, except for you have to feed it in a little bit further. So I'd like to show you that now. When you pull open the drawer, you unlock the two spindles, just like for roll 1, and you separate them. And you place the roll inside the drawer. And you squeeze the two spindles together. On the second roll, you'll see there's a series of purple arrows, and you feed the paper underneath this metal plate. On the second roll, you tend to have to help the paper a little bit. But the difference on roll 2 is you have to feed it a lot further than the roll 1. So you want to keep feeding the paper until the printer starts to grab it on its own. Once you close the paper drawer, you will get a prompt on the touchscreen asking for the type of paper that you want to use. You press the blue box on the touchscreen and you'll get a list of paper choices to pick from. There is a wide array of paper that you can pick from, ranging from plain paper to glossy paper to poster material. And you can also put in the length of the paper, and this will help the printer keep track of how much paper is in the machine. Once your choices are made, press finish and check, and it will check the paper and auto-detect the size of the width. When you go to replace an ink cartridge, you will want to go to the ink menu and tell the printer that you're going to replace an ink cartridge. So you press the ink menu, and then here you press the replace button, and that will get the ink cartridge ready for you to remove. When you go to remove the ink cartridge, you want to press on the top part of the ink cartridge and inward. And then when you release, that will release the cartridge, and then you can remove it. When you put in the new ink cartridge, you insert the cartridge and then you push inward and down, and that will lock the ink cartridge in place. Once you insert the ink cartridge on the touchscreen, you will get a prompt to press Finish Check, and that will check all the ink cartridges for the ink levels. I will show you how to open up some of the doors in case you get a paper jam. The first one is here in the front. This front cover opens, and you can possibly get paper in this section after a jam. You can simply just remove the paper. The printer should have already cut the paper, so you can easily remove it. There's also a door in the back of the printer, right behind the stacking trays. You can remove pieces of paper from this section as well. There's also stacking trays that you can open. In case you need to remove paper or prints from here, you can pull those out from this section. Next, I will show you how to access the scanner in case you need to perform some maintenance or clean the scanner glass. To do that, you will need to have the stacking trays open. On this left-hand side, you'll see a big blue handle. You'll have to pull on that and raise up the top cover. And then to open up the scanner, there's a small lever on the left that you pull back on, and that releases the scanner lid. And these are the cameras. You can clean these cameras with spraying Windex on a paper towel and wiping off the glass. You can also use a lint-free cloth to clean the glass, and we recommend that you use a lint-free cloth to clean all the rollers and try to keep dust out of there. That will help prevent issues with your scanning. You can also use compressed air to clean out the dust as well. When you go to replace your print heads, you'll have to go through the touchscreen menu and tell the printer that you're going to replace them. To do that, from the home screen, you swipe to the left, and then you go to the ink menu. On the left-hand side, you have three icons. The first one is ink, and the second one is your print heads. There's all 8 of your print heads currently. If you want to replace one, you hit the replace button. It will remind you that you have to calibrate the printer afterwards, so you will need to have some special paper to calibrate the printer. You can use heavyweight universal coated paper or HP polypropylene. You can also use photo satin paper as well. You hit continue, and it will get the heads ready for you to replace. When the print heads are ready to be replaced, you will get this notification screen showing you how to handle the print head safely. Once you hit continue, then you can proceed to open the print head door. You'll first want to raise up the stacking trays, and then you'll have to raise up the print head cover by raising up the blue handle on the left. Now you will see the 8 print heads that are in the printer, and each one has its own blue lever to release the head. So if you want to replace a head, you pull up on the blue lever and fold the cover upward, and that will expose the print head. There's a blue handle on the print head that you can grab, and you simply just pull up on the head, and that will remove the print head. You want to be careful not to touch any of the nozzles on the bottom of the head. When you go to put in the new print head, you just drop it down into the print head area, push downward until you hear it click, and then you fold down the cover. You should get a beep on the printers indicating that it successfully read the print head. Now you can close all the covers. The printer will go through and check all the heads to make sure that they're functioning properly. Now I will show you how to troubleshoot your print heads if you think there is some print quality issues. Or if you have lines in your prints, I can show you how to clean those heads. The first thing you want to do is go to the optimized print quality screen, and from the home screen you swipe to the left and you'll see an icon that says optimize quality. There's various options in here for cleaning your heads, but the first thing you want to do is print out a diagnostic plot. That will print out a test print that will show you all the heads and help you identify which one is having trouble. You want to select the widest roll that you have in the printer and then hit OK. It will print out a test print out the back side of the printer. Here is the diagnostic plot. As you can see, it shows you where all the heads are. And this way you can narrow down which head is giving you the print quality issues. And once you identify the print head that needs to be cleaned, you can go to the optimized print quality screen, and then you have a few options. The first one is you can pick the check and recover print bar, and that will cause the printer to check all the heads, and it will try to identify the issues and clean the heads. This option uses the least amount of ink, but it takes a little bit longer than the other option. The other option is in the advanced calibration screen, and it is called the enhanced printhead recovery. This one you can choose which head you want to clean, and it does a more intensive cleaning on the head. It uses a little more ink, but it is a shorter amount of time. Once you highlight that option, hit continue, then it will let you choose the head that you want to recover. Now I will show you some of the menus on the touchscreen. They are pretty intuitive, but I will run you through a few of these menus. You can see there's options for copy and scan. You can print and scan to a USB drive, and there's a print queue. On the copy screen, you will get some choices, and these are like presets based on the type of document that you're going to copy. So you have the choice of black and white scans, color lines, mixed content if you have some images in lines, and then an image. Over here on the right, you can choose the number of copies that you want and the collation order. After you choose a preset, you hit the copy button, and then you feed in your document face up on the scanner. When you go to feed in your print, you want it to be face up, and you want to center it on the scanner. There are some markings on the scanner that indicate the size of the print that you're feeding, but basically you want to feed it center the best you can. And then you feed it in and hold it there until the scanner grabs the print. If you're making a copy, it will automatically feed through the document and run a copy out to the stacker. The scanner will hold on to your original print until you hit the release button on the touchscreen. So once you're ready to release the print, hit the release page button. Now I will show you how to scan to file. After you press the scan button, you'll get some options. You can scan to a USB drive, you can scan to a network folder or a file server. If you have the SmartStream software, you can scan directly to the software, or you can scan to directly email. For this demonstration, we'll scan to a USB drive. On the right-hand side of the screen, there's a USB port. You just insert your USB drive and then press the Scan to USB drive icon. On this screen, you have different presets to choose depending on the type of document you're scanning. You have choices from black and white lines, color lines, mixed content or image. And then on the right, you have choices of the file format. You can scan to a JPEG, a PDF, or a TIFF file. And then you also have choices to scan to single-page files or multi-page files. Down below, you have an option to change the file name. If you tap on that box, you'll get a keyboard, and you can type in the name you like. Now, when you're ready, press the scan button. When you feed the original print through, you want to feed it face up and try to center the paper on the scan cover. And then feed the print into the scanner and hold it until it grabs the print. As the scanner feeds the paper, the original print will come down below the scanner. The scanner will hold on to the print until you hit the release button on the touchscreen. On this next screen, you'll get a preview of the image, and you'll see there's a release page button at the bottom. You can zoom in and pan the image around to check the quality. And when you're finished, just hit the finish button. Now I will show you how to check the job queue and the job history. From the home screen, press the job queue icon. Here, it will give you a list of the files that are printing and what's coming up next. It'll also give you a preview on the right of the document. You can click on the image and it will enlarge it, and you can scroll through and view the print even while the printer is printing. You can also reprint that job after it's finished, or you can scroll through the history and reprint jobs. You can also go to the scan queue. If you look on the left, there is a scan queue where you can view past scans, and you can print those scans directly from here. Now I will show you the print from USB option. If you insert your USB drive on the right hand side of the screen, then you can go to the print from USB icon. From here you can select files to print. If you have different subfolders, you can scroll through folders as well. If you would like to preview the file, there's a preview icon on the right next to the file. And from here you can zoom in and check the file before you print it. If you like the way everything looks, you can hit the print button and it will print using one of these presets. So you can force it to a black and white, or you can print it as color. And there's also a mixed content and image. From here you can choose the number of copies and the roll that it's printing from. With your new PageWide printer, you can have two different stacking options. You can have a top stacking tray, which holds around 100 sheets, or you can have the optional high capacity stacker, which attaches to the back of the printer, and that will hold around 500 sheets. For each stacking option, the printer will stop when the stacking tray gets full and tell you to unload this stack of paper. Next, I will show you how to replace the two consumables on the printer. There is one called a cleaning container and one called a maintenance cartridge. To check these two consumables, you swipe to the left of the screen and go to the ink menu. On the left-hand side, you have an icon that looks like a printer, and this will show you the two other consumables. There's a cleaning container and maintenance cartridge. The cleaning container is what collects the dirty waste ink off the printhead nozzles when it gets cleaned. Eventually, this cleaning container will get full and ask you to replace it. When the cleaning container gets to 20% of its capacity, it will warn you, and at that time, please call Eastern Engineering to have a new cleaning container delivered. And there's also a maintenance cartridge, and that is the device that cleans the heads. First, I will show you how to replace the cleaning container. If you hit replace, it will start walking you through the process. If you look on the right-hand side of the printer, there is a white container that is underneath the ink section. You simply just slide the container outward, and the old container you can just simply throw away. The new container, you slide it into the slot with the label facing outward. Like so. On the touch screen, you will want to tell the machine that you inserted a new cleaning container. Next, I will show you how to replace the maintenance cartridge. This will also warn you when it gets down to 20% capacity. When you hit replace, you want to have the new maintenance cartridge out of the box and out of the wrapper so it's ready to replace after you hit start replacement. Now I'll hit start, and you'll see it moves this carriage down to the left-hand side of the printer. On the left-hand side of the printer, there is a door that you can open. On the side here, this door opens. Wait for the printer to prompt you to open it. And if you look inside there, there's a white cartridge that you can pull out. This is your maintenance cartridge. As you can see, there is a tape in there that cleans the head nozzles. When you go to put in the new one, you just slide it into the slot and then close the door. I'm going to show you real quick our Eastern Service and Supply app on the HP PageWide. If you look on the touchscreen, we added our Eastern logo, and this is a convenient way for you to order supplies on the fly. If you press our logo, it will take you to a screen where you can order supplies or request service. If you go to request service, there is some brief descriptions of the issue that you're having. You can also type in a description of the problem you're having. If you go to the supply order screen, you can order paper and ink. If you select the different sizes, you can select the number of rolls that you like. and it adds it to your order. And over here is all your inks. And then you can pick a delivery option. We can ship them to you or deliver them out to you. Down below is everything on your company that will be pre-configured, and it will be set up to carbon copy the key user at the office so they can keep track of the orders. And when you submit the order, it will email us directly and we will process your order. Those are the basic things that you need to know about your new PageWide printer. Don't be intimidated by the size. It is a very user-friendly printer, and we are here for you if you ever need anything. Call us if you have any questions, and we can come on site and help you with any of your needs. We also have a remote desktop computer service that we can use to help you with any software questions or issues that you may have. Thank you for watching our video, and I hope it helps you with your new printer.